today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're taking a look at another NUX pedal from their Verdugo series, is the Duotime. It has delay and reverb and a looper. It slices, it dices. And we're going to break it down for you.
Right. So really focusing, I think, on the delay. But you're right, there's a reverb shimmer effect on one of the... So really what we have is 5 different types of delay here. So we're going to jump right into the features, I think, and just get rolling on this one. 5 different types of delay. You have an analog delay, a tape delay, a digital delay, a mod delay, and then the verb delay where you can add in that shimmer reverb. And a looper. Which, by the way, yes.
Yeah, we'll put that in there too.
So, interesting setup to it. It can be run in stereo. So, you have stereo ins, you have stereo outs, which is really nice. For this video, we ran it in stereo for all the clips you're going to see. But then we also pulled the 1 amp out, ran it in mono too. Simply because we figured most people are probably running mono.
Right.
So, but the stereo sounds...
It sounds good. Sounds like it's come out of 2 amps.
It sounds glorious. So basically you have a time and repeats for both of the delays. So you can set, what's it called? The time. Help me out. We've probably said it 30 times.
I know.
Subdivisions. Yes. Oh, man.
Time signature. Yes.
Somebody ragged on me in a recent video that was like, can you just spit it out? And now I'm sitting here thinking about, can I just spit it out? No, apparently I can. Right. So we have subdivisions for both delays, and then you have a repeat for both delays. Right. You have an overall level. You have a switch to go between your 5 different types, and then you have a switch to the parameter switch, right? To change different parameters. So we can get into that. Actually, we'll throw them out right now. So on the parameters, for analog, you're changing the modulation depth. For tape, you're changing the saturation. For digital, you're changing the hardness of it. And for mod D, you're changing the depth. And then in verb, you're changing the verb level. And so we're not in a... We thought about this pedal. It's like, let's not try and go through every single one and change every knob. Let's record kind of 5 different, we'll each take one, sit down, play with it, record that. We did want to give you one taste of what that parameter knob kind of does. And I think right now we have analog delay.
We have analog delay the way I played it in the first clip.
Okay. And so if we turn the pedal on and tap, you have a tap tempo, right? So we can tap. And the tempo, as Pat plays, I'll change that.
And it has trails.
Yes, purposely did. So we got that out of the way. Let's jump into the clips. So, because the big question for this one is how's it sound? And so, first clip was you.
Yes.
Clean tone.
Right, playing your 2001 McCarty hollow body. And I played something like this. So running in stereo with the Tyler JT22 and the Fender Hot Rod Deluxe.
I'm not the only one that can't get it off.
Well, I had to think about it.
Pause.
Mm-hmm. So there was reverb in probably both amps. But
awesome. So first clip.
I was the one responsible for the analog, and I went with a short delay in the left side of the pedal and a long delay in the right side of the pedal.
And the left side of the pedal will be the Tyler, which would be in your right ear. And then the right side would be the Fender Hot Rod Deluxe in your left ear. And it sounds
like that.
So that was the analog delay. Moving on, I did the tape delay. And set one kind of longer, one kind of shorter, different subdivisions. I mean, it's kind of what we did in most of them. Different subdivisions. I do think I turned the parameter up pretty high. You'll be able to see it in the pedal what the exact settings were. Played a 2014 American Stratocaster. I don't know, reference tone. Something like that. And that would have sounded like this.
So that was the tape delay. So moving on to digital, I covered that one, and I used the Strat for that. And without belaboring it, it sounded like this.
So that was the digital delay. Moving on, the next one I did was the mod setting. And, I mean, I don't know if we used it maybe for what it was supposed to be used for, but, like, I started to have some pretty good fun with this pedal, right?
Right.
On one side of the pedal, I believe the Tyler side, I had this coordinate thing happening, right? And then on the other side of the pedal, I had a 16th note thing happening, but it only lasted about a measure and a half, 2 measures. And so it lined up great. It just sounded really cool, and I ended up playing with it probably far too long. So that sounds a little bit, played on the Strat again, sounds a little bit something like this.
So that was the mod setting, and now we're moving on to the reverb setting. And I played a strat and tried to play something that you could hear the shimmer poke through without completely taking over. It sounds like this.
That was the verb delay using the Fender Strat. And so now, the only thing really left that we thought we wanted to show you would be the looper function of this, because in addition to getting two like really awesome delays that can run in stereo, also can be used in mono, you have the option to do some looping. Mm-hmm. So what we figured we'll do is, Pat, if you play a little bit, I'll start the looper, record a pass or two, maybe make a really obvious mistake. We'll see if we can delete that mistake and go from there. So to start the looper, it's really just a matter of pushing both buttons at the same time. And we're in the looper mode. And then...
Smooth as glass.
Yeah, it might have taken us a try or two, but actually not too bad. Mm-hmm. And so you I don't know if you noticed, but turn both buttons, turn the looper on, press the button, hit record. When you're done recording, press the button again. Then we hit both buttons to go back to the delay pedal, turn the delay on. Both buttons back to the looper, recorded another track, then recorded a clanker, and then we're able to hold that key to undo and take the clanker out. So, there you go. An effective looper.
Right, that is cool.
So, 2 delays, 5 different delay options. Stereo in, stereo out, looper. NUX is...
Yeah, this series is great.
Yeah, and I'm not even... I mean, we've gone beyond, like, for the price. You're really getting a lot of quality here. Yeah. They're making good stuff, mm-hmm. And the price is nice. So with that, I think we're in that part of the video where we always take a moment just to say thank you to everybody that's subscribing, clicking the notification bell, hitting like button, leaving comments, going out to Instagram, Facebook. Anytime you interact with the show, it really helps us out. We appreciate that. Helps us be able to do this and keep bringing cool stuff to you. And don't forget to check out the website. There's a spot on the website for NUX with all the NUX stuff that we've done. We've done a lot of their pedals because they're pretty cool. So with that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear.
Looper?
Looper.
It's an abrupt stop.
Air guitar.